Shalom. I want to give all the praise and all the glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ha-Rekah-Kodash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth. Also, I want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing this truth with sincerity. So, the Spirit, today I'm going to do Revelation 10. Alright? It reads, "And I saw another mighty angel come down from heaven, clothed with a cloud, and a rainbow was upon his head, and his face was as it were the sun, and his feet as pillars of fire." Alright, so John, what he's looking at is a so-called UFO, a chariot, right? Which is the cloud. The rainbow was upon his head, just, symbolizing the glory, the beauty. And his face as it were the sun, because the face of the angels, Yahushai, is bright, right? Bright like the sun. And feet as pillars of fire. That would be the landing, the legs when a ship lands. Sometimes you'll see the legs. Like, actually, hold on one second. This is a depiction of a chariot, right? You see the legs. Those legs would have been those pillars of fire, right? But see, this is a so-called UFO. All right. So let me keep reading. It says on verse 2, "And he had in his hand a little book open, and he set his right foot upon the sea and his left foot on the earth." All right, the little book is the Bible, right? Verse 3 that the angel is holding. "And he cried with a loud voice, as when a lion roareth, and when he had cried, 7 thunders uttered their voices. And the 7 thunders had uttered their voices. I was about to write, and I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Seal up those things which the 7 thunders uttered, and write them not." All right, so when he heard those voices of the thunders, the voice of Yahweh in Hebrew coming out of that chariot, it told him not to write down that part, right? Seal that part up. Verse 5, "And the angel which I saw stand upon the sea and upon the earth lifted up his hand to heaven, and swear by him that liveth forever, who created heaven, and the things that therein are, and the earth, and the things that therein are, and the sea, and the things which are therein, that there should be time no longer. But in the days of the voice of the 7th angel, when he shall begin to sound, the mystery of Yahweh, the power, should be finished, as he hath declared unto his servants the prophets." All right? Because remember, what does it tell you in Amos 3 and 7? That the Lord reveals his secrets to his prophets. That's why we're able to understand the scriptures, okay? That's why we're able to break down the parables. Because why? Starting out with our elders, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has revealed his secrets unto his prophets. Verse 8, "And the voice which I heard from heaven spake unto me again, and said, Go and take the little book which is open in the hand of the angel which standeth upon the sea and upon the earth." All right, so he told John to go grab the Bible. "And I went unto the angel and said unto him, Give me the little book. And he said unto me, Take it and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey." All right. So once this truth, once you digest it, once you stomach this truth, it can become bitter, just because the whole thing that this truth brings, man, you start to, it's sweet in your mouth. Meaning, it's nice to know you're an Israelite. It's nice to know you're part of the tribes of Israel. But then when you start really getting in this truth and this knowledge, it can become bitter, right? Because now you're basically an enemy to the world, you know? You're going against the grain of the world, and the world is wicked as hell, and that's why we become holy when we become in this truth, because the word holy deals with separation, right? Because we're literally separating ourselves from the heathen, really, you know, all the wickedness that this place offers. So doing that, when you digest this truth, it's like I say, it's sweet to know you're an Israelite, but when you start really getting in this knowledge, it can become bitter, you see. So let's see what happened with John after he ate the book. Meaning, let me see. Let me read 9 again. It says, "And I went unto the angel and said unto him, Give me the little book. And he said unto me, Take it and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey." Verse 10. "And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter." See? Let me get a precept. Ecclesiastes 1:18. It says, "For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow." You see? So yeah, it's good to gather this oil, right? This wisdom, study the scriptures, learn it, you know. If the Spirit's dealing with us, we can break down the parables, you know. But I'm going to read it again. Ecclesiastes 1:18. "For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow." All right? So that's that bitterness. When you get this wisdom and this knowledge, your sorrow, when you get more knowledge and wisdom, your sorrow increases. Why? Because now you're basically woke to the truth. So when you try to go be a part of the world, everything in the world is gonna vex you, man. You know. What was that? Let me look for that verse that says that Lot. He was. Remember, they called him righteous Lot. It's going to be in 2 Peter 2:7. Second Peter 2:7. It says, well, let me see. Because Lot was during the time of Sodom and Gomorrah, right? He escaped, right? Let's read it. "And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an ensample unto those that after should live ungodly, and delivered just Lot," meaning he was a just man, right? "Vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked." See? So Lot, when you come in this truth, man, the world vexes you. Everything about it, man. And that's how you know, that's a good indicator if you're in this truth or not. If you're not vexed by this place, then you need to examine yourself and see if you're really in this truth, right? Let me see. You got to examine yourself, especially you know you're able to go around this world and you're not vexed. And you really, let me bring it out real quick. And it's in Corinthians. Let me see, 2 Corinthians 13:5. It says, "Examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know that ye not your own selves, how that Yahushua is in you, except ye reprobates." See, so, and it says, "But I trust that ye shall know that we are not reprobates." And when you go into that reprobate, it's basically a sinner, someone who is not going to, the 2/3, the heathen, or mainly the 2/3, because Those are dealing with the sinners of Israel that are not, they can't receive this truth, right? They're never going to be vexed. They're never going to, you know, they're never going to be sorrowful because they have knowledge and wisdom. No, instead they lack, they're sottish children, it tells you in the scriptures, meaning stupid. And they reject knowledge. So that's why things don't vex them, They're holding on to the carnal, they're not thinking about the spiritual. So when you're in this truth, you're going to get vexed, man. The world is going to vex you. Because now you're not a part of the world. When you're in this truth, your thoughts, your mindset, it's different than the world. And I'm telling you, the vexation is going to come if you're really part of this hopeful elect. You'll be vexed all the time. Let's see, Revelation 10:11. It's a short chapter. It says, and this is right after he ate the entire book, right? Meaning he digested, he understood the whole Bible, all the scriptures, the Old Testament, the New Testament, the Apocrypha. He understood all of it because why? Because he ate the book, digested it, and then it was sweet in his mouth, bitter in his belly. When he increased in knowledge, he increased with sorrow. All right? But guess what? Yahweh told him. He said, and he said unto me, thou must prophesy again. Again, that's the key word. This is dealing with reincarnation. All right? John the Revelator was reincarnated and, prophesying in these days. So let's read it. It says, and he said unto me, thou must prophesy again before many peoples and nations and tongues and kings. See? So that's what it is. Another verse that proves reincarnation, all right? Because why would the angel tell him that he's going to prophesy again? Why? Because he'd be regenerated, reincarnated, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and close out on that. Just wanted to do a quick lesson, dealing with that sweetness in your mouth, bitter in your stomach, man. It's in Revelation 10, the 10th chapter. So with that, I want to give all the praise and all the glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Harakakwadash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth. Also want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing this truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And shalom to the elect.